Welcome, readers. Today we are celebrating the release of Whims of the Night Winds with P.L. Macmillan. This is her second collection. Plem, how are you doing today?
Wow, look at me with books. It's almost like I'm a real writer.
How many books, full books, do you have out now?
Three.
Wow.
So I
Okay.
think it's time to quit.
So somebody could
That
just like devour your bibliography.
yes, and I hope that they do.
Hell yeah. Plem, waiting to be devoured. So P.L. McMillan, you
Yes,
usually host these events,
I
but
know it's weird sitting back.
you're actually the star
I'm
today.
uncomfortable.
And we didn't actually go all the way through how we're going to do this, but that's
No.
perfect for, the co-host of the Dead Languages podcast.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm foreseeing. We've
Okay.
got you're gonna get rid of some books today, right?
Yep. Two paperbacks and two ebooks.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. I'm gonna read your author bio.
Hell yeah. Which I sent to you. And it's up
Yes.
to date, unlike every time I've done an event for you and it's never been up to date. So I've just started making it up.
And you know what's funny? Your author bio so fucking long.
And I only sent you part of it.
I was looking at it, I was just like, Jesus Christ, this is a meaty paragraph. Okay.
Well, I am a meaty person. Okay. Look at all
Okay.
this meat on my skeleton.
Okay, Plem. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm gonna ask you some questions. We're gonna
Good.
talk about the book.
Yeah.
You're gonna do a reading.
Yes.
Awesome. Everybody, I'm gonna introduce Plem properly now with the
Yes.
author bio.
Wow.
P.L. McMillan is a Canadian expat living in the States after having taught English for 3 years in Asia. With a passion for cosmic horror and sci-fi horror, P.L. McMillan sees every shadow as an entryway to a deeper look into the black heart of the world, meant to be discovered and explored. Infatuated with the works of Shirley Jackson, H.P. Lovecraft, and Ridley Scott, her dream is to create stories of adventure, of chills, of heartbreak, and thrills. P.L. Macmillan's short fiction has appeared in a variety of anthologies and magazines, such as Apex Magazine, Cosmic Horror Monthly, Strange Lands Short Stories, and That's What I Call Horror, as well as adapted to audio forms for podcasts like No Sleep and Nocturnal Transmissions. In addition to her short stories, Macmillan's debut collection, What Remains When the Stars Burn Out, and debut novella Sisters of the Crimson Vine, are available now. How
Hell
was
yeah.
that? Yeah, like
Hell yeah.
you guys know PL McMillan. I'm gonna guess all of you are fans here.
Well, they at least have come to my events before.
Now, I want all of you to rank the books you've read by P.L. McMillan if you've read more than one, which I think is really funny to
Hmm.
do with an author of two books because you don't really know if like the second one sucks or like if it's just like you kind of like the other one more. It's not
Hmm.
the same if there's like 10, right?
That
Um
actually like gave me like a lot of anxiety because for my second collection, I was like, what if it sucks compared to my first one? And everyone's like, wow, she's already going downhill.
It's like wow, fell off fast, right?
Yeah, fuck.
Um, Clem, you ready to answer some questions, or are we doing a giveaway?
Let's do the giveaway after the interview.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah. Which
All
I
right.
did send to you in chat that we should do it in this order. So don't worry
Okay,
about it. Yeah.
cool.
Already forgetting.
I don't even know where I am.
Also, huge shout out to Carson Winter for offering to host this because he actually he asked me during a podcast episode. He's like, "Well, you can have a launch party." I was like, "No, I'd have to fucking throw it myself. Like, what am I gonna do? Ask myself questions?"
I could have not been here and just asking my wife to fill out the sex menu.
Yeah, but he's
So
spending an hour instead of fucking
yeah,
interviewing me, you know. And what kind of kindness is that?
I know. I have the heart of a motherfucking Teresa.
Yeah, you do.
Uh, Whims of the Night Winds is your second short story collection. What has changed for you as a writer since your first?
More uh chronic health issues.
Hell yeah.
That's probably first off.
Yeah, yeah.
Um
A little bit
So
more
that,
trauma is always good.
yeah, more traumas. Let's see. I think more confidence in my voice
Mm.
and experimenting. Like, oh yeah, Elle mentioned Ascension. That was a really unique one I wrote. I feel like my fiction's getting a lot weirder,
I
you
agree.
know. So maybe that.
And
But definitely more confidence in my voice.
you know what? I think that actually comes through really well in this collection. That's kind of what I was struck by when I was reading it, is I felt like the prose just felt so much more confident, intentional, and assured
Hmm.
than some of your earlier pieces. Not to say the earlier pieces weren't good, but I just felt like I really felt like I was reading an author who had come more into her own this time, which I thought was really cool to see that kind of growth.
Christy, that one was called Wandering But Not Lost, about the wandering womb. And that's in Welcome to Your Body. And the editor is here, Ryan. But you know that. Christy, you know that. But yeah, so I would say probably that, like, oh, I finished my first novel and got edits back from that. So hopefully maybe I'll have a novel or an agent or something. Who knows?
Oh, hell yeah. This might be the last time we can see you before
Yeah.
like you're
I might
super
be
famous.
I might be too famous. No big
So
deal.
for Whims of the Night Winds, you kind of I dare I say you maybe stole a page from my book. You did your own cover.
I copied you so hard.
But doesn't it feel good?
Yeah, and I'm not ashamed to say it.
Can
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
tell us a
first,
little bit about the process of it.
yeah. So Carson first was like, I'm releasing my debut collection, Portraits of Decay, and I did a portrait from, this art I made. And I'm like, wow, that's a horrifying self-portrait. What the fuck? Um, and then so I was thinking about it, and I've made covers for other people before, but it's all been digital. So I really love lino cut, which is the act of like carving prints, like wood prints. Lino is referring to the material linoleum. I like to use big rubber stamps because it's easier to cut and print.
Mm.
So I based it on the first story in the collection, which was actually based on also a Carson Winter prompt during one of my October challenges. Gothic
Yeah,
Kaiju.
yeah, that one I think is actually one of my favorites from the collection too. Also, I feel like this collection starts and ends really, really well. The last one though is like mind-blowing. We'll talk a little bit more about it
Yeah.
later too though.
Yeah, so I sketched it out and then traced it with so essentially what I do, my method is I will draw it normally, ink it so it's really clear, trace it on a tracing paper because rubber really takes to graphite. So then you can put the tracing paper over top and then you just carve out those lines. So yeah, that's this.
Yeah, it looks gorgeous. Really cool cover.
And then, yeah, so essentially just pretty much copied Carson by making my own cover.
But th this collection is so much more representative of you because it's just you from the ground up.
Yeah, for
Like
better or worse.
exactly, exactly. And I think that's kind of like the energy we got to bring to these short story collections.
Yeah.
A lot of these stories were written for your 7 stories in 7 days
Hmm.
challenges. Um, can you tell our dear readers here kind of how you started this challenge and what's your approach to writing these stories in such a short time span?
Yeah, so I did, and it's so weird that you're being so professional right now. It's making me uncomfortable, like I'm in a job
Yeah,
interview. I
yeah,
can't believe that you're not saying more stuff about anal, but I'll try my best.
it's for the
Um,
comments.
yeah, yeah. So I think I started like 7 years ago, and everyone does like a month, or not everyone. Artists will often do like a whole month where like each day they'll do like a drawing or something. Yeah, the most professional Carson Winter showing yet. It's weird.
I'm on a job, God damn it.
Yeah. Wow. If you want him to host your job or your book launch, just reach out Carson Winter at
Carson.winter at
gmail.com.
gmail.com.
Okay. Don't know your personal email as well as I do other things. Um, so I decided as a horror writer that I would want to maybe write some stories in October, but I didn't want to do like 30 days of it, like one every day that, people usually do a month-long challenge. So I was like, I'll do a week, like 7 days up to Halloween, one story a day, and then I would base it on prompts that people would send in. And so I've been doing that for years and years and years. I've created a lot of really favorite stories out of that, like, the Gothic Kaiju one. In my first collection, Buzzkill was actually one.
Oh yes.
Zombie.
Yep. Yep. This one comes up a lot.
So, uh, and a lot of times, like, they just kind of disappear into the backlog of my blog. And I notice, like, because I can see the metrics that people don't really read them. So I was like, I kind of want to take my favorite ones and put them into a collection. But because like I write them in a day, they ended up being really, really short. So I
Hmm.
was like, I had like I think 15 stories and it was the tiniest book. And I was like, okay, I'll throw in some extra shit in there that hasn't been published yet or hasn't been like one of them was like an audio only story. And then I made a custom story at the end that you've been talking about, the experimental one. And then
Yeah.
you actually joined my Halloween challenge
Hmm.
and then you finished it and you're like, wow, this is so easy. You've done it
Yeah.
2 years in a row and you were like, it's so easy. How come we're not doing it for the whole month, Clint? What is wrong with you?
Take it up a fucking notch.
God, you're fucking pathetic. But you released your first year, you released a collection and then based on it. And then this last year, I think you just kept the stories.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm trying to sell these motherfuckers.
Yeah. Because I usually just post them on my blog and lose first world rights, but like whatever. I'm here
Plan,
for the people.
you probably don't understand because you're Canadian. I'm
Oh.
American. I'm trying to monetize every single element of my life.
Oh, fuck. Right. Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is there like a story, a particular like story, especially from the 7 Stories, 7 Days challenge that you're super proud of that made it into
Ooh.
the collection?
Is it weird that I have to check the TOC for a second? Oh,
No, not at
true.
all, actually. That's part of it. There's a lot of stories in there.
Yeah,
And while
because a lot of them were so fucking small.
And while you're thinking, I can also say, I read this in the last week. One of the things I was struck by with this collection is that because a lot of the stories were shorter, that the pacing of the collection felt really tight to me. Where even though the longest story is not that long because of the formatting, but it moves along at a really good clip, which I think some short story collections do suffer from being a little bit maybe not having the nuts and bolts tightened as much as they could be.
Oh man, I forgot which ones were in here already, but I think I liked Widow's Walk a lot because kaiju.
That one's dope. Yeah, I really like that one.
But The Butcher of Edge Fallow is really funny.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Affirmations also is really funny. So this has a lot more of my humor in it, which I think I really like where my first collection doesn't.
Oh,
Um,
interesting. I thought this one was the bleakest yet.
really?
No.
No, so I think like this showcases my humor a lot more.
Yeah. Hey, we got
Yeah.
Patrick Barb in here too.
I
Hey,
know
Patrick.
P-Barb finally showed up. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he probably had to clean his dick off or something.
Yeah.
That thing's so massive, it probably takes like a couple hours.
Yeah, the anaconda. Yeah, I
Yeah,
had to
yeah,
fight
yeah.
off the squirrels.
Again, some of these asides are going to just be so weird to people who don't listen to our podcast.
Yeah. Dead
Uh,
Languages podcast. Episodes every Wednesday on the platforms you love to listen to the most.
yeah, even the ones you hate, we're on there too. We're not proud.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think I put the kaiju one first because obviously I really really liked it.
Yeah,
And then
it's got like it's such an interesting kind of mix of subgenres you don't really see with that gothic and kaiju and you pull it off in a really fun way. I think it's really cool.
oh, who's making dinner for his children?
Ugh.
Ugh,
Awkward. Um,
awkward.
yeah, sorry it took so long to microwave chicken nuggets, Patrick.
Yeah. You can microwave mac and cheese too.
So we kind of talked about this earlier. I believe the title's Moonstruck, right? Is that the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call it. That's probably your most ambitious story that you've ever written. And it even gets its own title page for the title, which I thought was really
Yeah.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um,
It was almost more of an art piece, how I
yeah,
envisioned it.
yeah. Can you tell us a little bit more about what it went into making it and like what inspired it?
Yeah, so way back when Howl's from the Howl Society was having its wreckage themed anthology.
Hmm.
And my first thought was like, what if the moon was an eye?
What
Um,
if indeed?
what if, and like specifically if you made eye contact with the moon, terrible things would happen. But
Yeah.
when I tried to think of how I'd write that into a short story, it like um it didn't work for me. Like all the lore building I'd want to do would make it a really just shittily paced short story, but it also wasn't a good enough idea for a novel. And so I set it aside and wrote about AI spider drones instead.
Okay.
Um, which, we both got in. Congrats to us. Beautiful writers that we are.
Yeah, yeah.
And then so when I was thinking, Patrick, American can and will blow up the moon. No spoilers for the end of the story. But so when I put this together, because everything was essentially reprints, um, I was like, I should write like an original story for it. And that I decided to use my lino cut skills. So there's actually 9 lino cuts as part of the story as well. Here's the first one, the moon. So I made these 3 by 3 lino cut prints, which go in, and then it's kind of like episcopally. How do you say that word? Episcopal,
Uh,
episcopal,
Kristen.
episcopally.
Yeah,
Thank you,
no, that's
Arwen.
right. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
episcopal. So with each
Epistolary, I believe.
epistolary. So with each lino cut print, there's like a different document that goes with it that tells like kind of builds out the lore of the eye of the moon. Yes, Epis. And so I had a lot of fun doing that because like there's text messages. I think Carson, you lolled at the Just Out Bible and Bible Dad blog, which I had a lot of fun with. So it was just kind of tell the story in every like people's different accounts, like people texting or transcripts or newspaper article as people like slowly discover like what's happening and are trying to survive. And then you were like, I feel bad for the person you're getting to format this. So shout out to Molly Halstead.
Yeah, is
It
it
did
fair to
take her a
say?
little longer than usual. She's like, it's being so frustrating. I was like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that story kind of delayed the entire book, didn't it?
Yeah, because it was supposed to come out March. But it was really causing problems. And so I was like, I'll just skip a whole month because
But
yours
yeah,
came out April.
right, right.
Yeah.
So, folks, to see a story um so large and complex and intricately designed that it actually makes you fuck up a release date, you're gonna have to get Whims of the Night Winds. Because
Hell yeah,
honestly,
brother.
I don't know if a Kindle can handle this shit. Like,
Probably not. Probably not. But you
yeah.
can still buy the EPUB. And guess what? I copied Carson yet again
What did
because
you
I
do?
have my own store.
What? You can
Yes.
buy this direct from the author?
Yeah, and that's where I make the most money.
Holy shit.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hand me a ShamWow.
I
Um,
will? What
uh,
are you going to be doing with the Shamrock? Wow.
I'm sorry, Plem. You're gonna have to check the checklist. I already dropped in the comments.
It didn't
Um,
have ShamWow in it, did it?
no, it didn't.
Yeah,
That's
so then you should add ShamWow.
I was actually thinking a great place, a great addition to that sheet would be like, finishing zone.
You should have a toppings list, like whipped
Like
cream,
a
sprinkles,
like a
cucumber
yogurt.
cucumbers.
I'm pretty sure I was actually inspired by a yogurt shop I went to once,
Oh
where you just mark
yeah.
the thing. They do
You could
it.
have had toppings on it.
Yeah, yeah,
Just like plop some jello on her.
yeah. Sure. Or me.
Yeah, or there could be jello on both of you and
It
pepperoni.
it,
You
it
guys
gets
could have made
it gets
yourselves into a
everywhere.
pizza.
Yeah, Friday night pizza night. But
Yeah,
but when
see?
we invite people over, they get real like weird about it and
Well,
stuff
that
when they
sounds like a them
realize
problem.
we're the pizza.
Yeah, that's their problem. But people eat sushi off naked women all the time. Why not pizza off your
Wait,
friends?
Clem, all the time?
Maybe that's
How
from
how often are you doing this?
I think I saw like a couple movies where it happens
I saw it in a movie twice.
twice.
It happens all the time, guys.
And do you know what it made me think of?
What?
Germs.
Yeah, yeah, you wouldn't do it. Okay.
No, I would not do it.
Oh God. Once again, Plem just has to restate she's not in the Epstein files. Okay. Um, you ready to give away a free book?
Yes, we're gonna give away a paperback and a ebook.
Yes.
So,
Christy's already on it. You see those
yeah, she has
drums.
the drums going. As
Let's
per
get a drum roll.
all my events, I will reach out to you with the email that you used to sign up. And if it's in a paperback, I will ship you your signed copy. If it's an ebook, I will email it to you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, my time in Japan had a lot of sushi ladies.
Okay.
The amount of salarymen dying from eating puffer fish off a woman's titty is
Jesus.
unreal. All right, hitting the wheel here. I'm gonna do the ebook first. Dun,
Okay.
dun, dun, dun. And that first one is going to Ryan. Ryan, I know you,
Ryan,
Ryan.
congratulations.
Neil and hell, hell yeah. Was it
Now,
the puffy fish or the titty that killed him? I think he choked on both.
oh, I hate that when
Yeah.
I choke on a titty.
Yeah, yeah. You got to be careful with them titties. Okay.
That's what I tell everyone. Now,
I'm glad to know that this video will be blocked on YouTube when I try to when I try to fucking upload it. Okay, now we're gonna do the first paperback. Hit the drums
okay.
again, or fish if you want to put a puffer fish up in there.
Yeah, make puffer fish noises, everyone.
I actually saw a video and it was like screaming. It was like
Everyone scream. Oh, Arwen,
everyone
thank you.
scream.
Patrick, you're killing
Yeah,
it.
thank you. And first paperback winner is Arwen.
Whoa! That was good
Hell
luck,
yeah.
Arwen. That was good luck.
Hell yes. The pufferfish did it, absolutely.
It's not even a doubt in my mind.
hmm You gotta believe in the pufferfish.
Now, Plem, are you ready to read and then we do our last one?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I was actually going to read the cover story.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and fun fact, I also included for the stories that were part of my October challenge, I included the prompts in the back so you can see what prompted the story.
And everyone who's here today to celebrate the release of this book, one thing I'd like you to think about in the back of your
Yes.
mind,
Yeah.
this entire I want to call it an episode, but it's just an event. It's
Yeah.
not an episode. It's not dead
An
languages.
episode of the Dead Languages podcast.
Yeah, I
Email
keep
us
wanting to
at
say it.
deadlanguagespodcast@gmail.com.
Exactly. Yeah, I want to say that so bad. I want you all to think of future prompts for Plem and drop them in the chat at the end of the episode.
hmm
Not
Yeah.
the episode, the event.
The episode. The
Think of
episode.
prompts. But
Or if you're
okay,
watching
Plem,
this on YouTube, put it in the comments below.
t take it away.
Okay.
Take us on the night winds.
The night winds.
Introduce us to their whims.
Oh, so good. Wow, Carson. All right, here we go. I haven't read like my own stories in so long. This is so weird. Ahem. Ahem. Damn. Oh wait, no, it's this. Mm, the Widow's Walk. I'm sorry, Mrs. Hughes. Mr. Sullivan, the town's butcher, didn't actually look sorry. Just uncomfortable. This will be the last I can deliver till you pay your tab. Henrietta tightened her clasped hands, letting her nails bite into her palms. Sir, you know my husband will make right just as soon as he's back. The butcher sucked his teeth, shifting uncomfortably as he glanced over his shoulder at the crashing gray sea visible past the cliff's edge. Today the sky was as colorless as the water, both merged seamlessly at the horizon, creating a dizzying illusion of a heaven-high wave. Happy to start deliveries again. He wouldn't look at her. Once the tab's paid, ma'am. Mr. Sullivan held out the small crate he carried, and she took it. Normally a servant would receive the deliveries, but there were none. The last of them had left 2 weeks ago, when Henrietta had let them know she couldn't afford their pay. Her husband had been gone for nearly a year now. The crate felt woefully light. She watched the butcher pull himself up to the front of his wagon, the new one that her husband had gotten for Mr. Sullivan when his old one had broken down, clicking his tongue at his chestnut nag and left without a look back. Henrietta opened the narrow door that stood between the bay windows in her bedroom. A walkway extended out, surrounded by pretty white railings. She knew people called them widows' walks, places where forgotten women haunted, waiting for their loves to return. She walked down, standing at the end, peering out at the ocean. Vicious waves crashed against the side of the cliff with resounding thunder. Henrietta could feel the salt spray on her face, even where she stood. Above, the clouds remained heavy and constant, hanging low over the land like a shroud. The sun had drowned long ago. It had been weeks since Henrietta had last felt sunshine on her face. Her belly rumbled with hunger. Lying in bed, Henrietta watched the ceiling. The lighthouse cold light swept across it at regular intervals, creating deep arching shadows that then disappeared. She rolled to her side, reached out, and brought her husband's pillow to her chest. Squeezing it tight, she buried her face in it, but his smell was gone. Long gone. Antony was supposed to have returned long ago. Owner of the Horizon Shipping Company, Antony's business had helped the town through so many hard times, providing jobs, boosting businesses. A sailor at heart, he often went on shorter trips to network, shake hands, make connections. That's what he'd called it. The year had been bad for storms. Henrietta had begged him not to go. Wait for me, my love, he'd said. I promise after this I'll return and settle. What if you don't return with the storms? Death himself could not keep me from you, he'd said. My love for you would drink the oceans and swallow the sky. I understand your troubles, Mrs. Hughes, Mr. Doyle, the banker said, nodding vigorously. But it wouldn't be fair to keep adding to your debt without further payment in sight. What would my other clients think? Henrietta looked down at his hands covered in gold rings and gems. Sir, you know that my husband will return your kindness tenfold if you would just. Have you thought of selling some things? He interrupted. At least to tide yourself over until your husband returns? She nodded, though there was nothing of value to sell anymore. Or perhaps seek alms from the church? Mr. Doyle cleared his throat, bowed, and retreated through the thin fog back to his horse. Standing at the end of her widow's walk, Henrietta scanned the sea for the brisk runner. She knew what the townspeople thought. Beneath her, the land was swathed in fog. It crept about like eels. From where she stood, Henrietta couldn't see the road, the town, or even her back garden. Only the sea and the hazy horizon sliced open by the lighthouse's beacon. Come back to me, Antony, she cried. You promised. The house creaked in the night, and Henrietta opened her eyes with a shiver. Her husband's pillow was wet with tears crushed against her face. In the brief illumination from the lighthouse's beam, she saw fog curling across the floor. The door to the widow's walk was open. She could taste the sea on her lips. The night wind gusted in and out through the doors, tossing the curtains, making loose papers dance across the room. filling the halls and rooms like deep, calm breaths. Henrietta got up, feeling dizzy. She went to the door and looked out. The waves crashed loudly against the cliff wall, and the night was dark, so dark. She shut the door and returned to her empty bed. We've not much to spare, I'm afraid, Father Reed said, handing over a basket of tomatoes. It's been a bad year for everyone. Henrietta took the basket, stared at the priest's new leather shoes. We are praying for you and Mr. Hughes every Sunday, Father Reed said. You should try and attend a service. God provides. She didn't bother to reply. He cleared his throat, looked out at the sea. They say the storm of a century is coming. Be safe, my child. Henrietta watched the priest mount his horse and gallop away, as if afraid she would chase him down. The fog was thicker now and swallowed the thin man up instantly. Something towered in the fog, in the water, taller than the lighthouse, taller than anything Henrietta had ever seen before. It was miles out, where the ocean would be deep. It did not move with the waves. It stood and watched her. Its features were obscured by the fog, which grew ever thicker each day, but its two round eyes were bright and unwavering. Hands gripping the sea-damp railing, Henrietta waited for it to move, to disappear like a figment in the fog. She watched until the invisible sun set and doused everything in darkness. The deep, hungry ache in her belly woke her. The townspeople had been true to their word. No one had come for her in weeks. Her bones stretched across her skin. Her head spun when she stood too fast. Henrietta sat up, pushing herself against the pillows. The door was open again, and fog had flooded in. If only I could eat the fog, she whispered, her eyes prickling with tears. The night wind rushed in and out, sounding like Antony's deep, gentle sleep breaths. Henrietta stood, knees shaking, hands gripping the bed frame for support. She went out onto the walk and stared out at the sea. The lighthouse flashed by, revealing the towering leviathan closer than before. The light caught the briefest angles of many limbs, the sleekness of an endless flank, the curve of a vicious tail, and glittering eyes as deep and fathomless as the ocean itself. Warm wind rushed over Henrietta, chasing away the midnight chill. She stayed on the walk, waiting for more glimpses as the light passed by, hunger forgotten for just a little while. The cupboards were empty, the icebox barren. Henrietta held the last crust of bread she had, stale now. She took it and a glass of water up to the widow's walk. It took a long while to ascend the stairs. She rested every third one. Her head spun, as light as the fog that now filled every room of the house. It'd taken her several hours, resting frequently, but she'd open all the doors, all the windows, to let the fog in. Now, hanging over the edge of the railing, Henrietta dipped her bread in the water to soften it. She savored the texture of the food on her tongue. Out in the ocean, it waited, a storm raging at its back. Lightning spiked out around it, slicing sizzling wounds into the water, which had drawn away from the shore in the night. Dying fish flopped in the thousands on the newly exposed seabed. The wind howled, waiting to be released with the rain. Its eyes watched her as she slowly, resolutely ate the last of her food. She wasn't worried. She only needed strength for a little while longer. The bread finished, Henrietta drank the water, catching lost crumbs on her tongue. Fog curled up her dress, her arms, her neck, danced through her hair and caressed her cheeks. Henrietta looked at the lurker in the fog. Go, she said. The storm raged the entire night, and even through the thunder and wind, Henrietta could hear the savage rending of houses and the screams of those who had turned her backs on her. She stayed on the widow's walk, where this last hidden reserve of strength came from, she did not know, but it allowed her to watch the sunrise for the first time in months and burn away the fog. The town was gone, now a flooded graveyard of splintered walls and shattered stone. The lighthouse was cracked in half, its beacon in shards on the beach. The way revealed, Henrietta took the cliffside path down to the pebbly beach beneath her home. The tide was low. Crabs raced by with claws full of fish flesh. There, tucked under the cliff, was the battered, barnacle-encrusted hull of the brisk runner. For as he had promised, Antony had returned to her, and in the golden light of the reborn sun, Henrietta laid herself down on the broken shell of her husband's ship and died. Dun 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 dun. Oh yeah, you can't unmute yourself once it. There you go.
Hey, I'm back. Yeah, I muted myself and forgot that I couldn't do that. But
I'll keep you silent.
great reading, Plem.
Wow, thanks. You have to say that. You're the host.
That's right. I will cash my check. We we got a couple comments here.
Yeah.
I
Bonnie Blue movie when?
yeah. Pretty White Railings. That is a good Bonnie Blue
Bonnie Blue
movie.
movie name, yeah.
If you guys don't know, Bonnie Blue is a
Reoccurring character on the podcast.
yeah, an actor of pornography
Yep.
who is famous for the quantity of sexual partners she has in one scene.
Hmm.
Yeah, and we follow her kind of like she's a cryptid
Yeah,
on the
we do.
podcast.
We talk about sightings, what she's up to,
Yes.
if if she was actually pregnant. She wasn't.
No, she rage baited everyone.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Revenge via Storm. We got some love from that for L.
Hmm. Hmm.
Patrick Barb. Shitty villagers get wrecked. Good folk horror
Yeah,
subgenre.
hell yeah.
Subgenre.
Yeah, subgenre.
Damn. Bravo. Hell yeah. Hot damn. Clappy hands. So good. Clappy hands. Heart.
There
Clappy hands.
isn't there like
Future guest.
a person isn't there like a type of like industry where people are on TikTok and they like people like pay them in emojis and they have like a certain like action that they do for the emojis?
I
That's
have
what
no
you
idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, so there was like this thing going around for a while where like they would be on TikTok Live or some sort of thing like that, and like people could pay and like be like, here's like 100 hot dog emojis, and then the person would have like like a animation that they would do like they were like an NPC or something, and they would just do it all over like over and over and over again for as many times as the emojis popped up.
Oh, weird.
Oh, see, Patrick knows. Yeah, pant like a dog. They would lick the ice cream. It was really
Pat
weird.
Patrick, what the fuck are you doing on the internet, man? Uh,
Wouldn't you like to know?
I love the Mothman Bonnie Blue collab idea. That's great.
Yeah. Who do you think would be the bottom though?
Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea of Mothman and Bonnie Blue.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like Bonnie Blue is almost a professional bottom.
I feel like Mothman would lay eggs in her.
Okay.
That would be what would happen.
Great to know. Great to
Yeah.
know. Nice.
Yeah.
Um,
If I were to write the porn, that's what would happen.
if you
And
weren't
then
if you were to write it, not that you've already finished your second draft.
let's just say it becomes kind of a horror where she goes out in the world and she infests a really eager young men by then laying the eggs into their faces and they become like kind of Bonnie Blue zombies.
Oh, I'd read that.
Yeah.
I'd read that.
Yeah.
Now Plem,
It's giveaway time.
it's another giveaway.
Whoa, hell yeah. Put your Bonnie Blues in check. Fuck. I don't even know what that would be.
I think somebody should try at least once if you have a partner
Hmm.
with blue eyes and just be like, "Oh, I love your Bonnie Blues."
Oh God. Carson gives the worst relationship advice. Okay,
Hey,
so
I've been in a relationship for 18 years. I
yeah.
give the best relationship advice.
So the next ebook is going to Patrick Barb.
Patrick Barb?
OP Barb.
You're getting a free
Hell
book, Patrick?
yeah. Hell yeah, Patrick Barb.
Hell yeah, Patrick. Congratulations.
Okay, and we have the last paperback to give out. So let me hit my wheel, and it is going to Downton Stabby.
Hell yeah, Downton Stabby.
We love Downton Stabby on the podcast.
Downton, we
A
were talking to
fellow,
you
a
before this
fellow, yeah,
episode
we were.
thing.
Um, yeah, a fellow Warhammer 40K fan. And we
But
were talking about how he had criticized your menu in the holes section. It didn't have ear holes.
oh fuck, what an
Yeah.
oversight, right?
Yeah. Because Carson was like, "Did you see my sex menu?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I agree with Downton Stabby. Like, he didn't have ear holes.
All right, now you're revealing too much about your personal life, Clem.
It's just how it be.
And nostrils, belly buttons,
Yeah.
sometimes, you make more holes.
Yeah. What about like, so that's like holes, but what about crevices?
I like that the most common critique I got from almost everybody was just like, there's not enough holes.
Yeah.
Like, there's
And
just gotta be more holes.
I also think crevices.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Like you could have like, when,
Armpits?
yeah, armpits or like, behind the knee if your like knee is or your leg is like slightly closed. You could do
Yeah,
behind
yeah.
the knee,
We we've
the
all we've
thigh
all done
crease.
those.
Yeah, knee
Sure.
pits.
Yeah.
There's so many options.
Yeah, I guess so. Now, Plem, I'm going to open this up to questions from our audience for
Yeah.
you, hopefully focused on Whims of the Night Winds or
Yeah,
your
maybe.
work.
Or maybe focused on the menu.
You may be giving it too much attention, but I kind of want to know.
I call it the Ivy Grimes redirect, where I'm so used to not being in the spotlight that I'm just saying shit to put the spotlight back on you. We call it the Ivy Grimes, right, Ivy?
Yeah, and Ivy's Cellar Below the Cellar. That is an awesome book. Also, if anyone hasn't read it, but
Yeah. It's a really good folk horror about the end of the world, and it's tied in with fairy tales, so would recommend.
yes. Now, Plem, this is still your event, though. What's
Yes,
next for
which
you?
well, first of all, Elle wants to know which item on the menu would you use as a writing prompt. That is such a good question. I think I would do
That is good.
I think the creepiest part of it is the pain scale because 10 is the movie Martyrs and that movie still haunts me. So I feel like if literally if I was with a partner and they're like I need to know 1 to 10, 10 is the Martyrs, how much can I hurt you? It's like what the fuck? Like that would be a horror story right there.
And Brian F wants to know what's the processes of returning to prompt stories for edits and drafts.
Well, so normally for the prompt stories, I'm trying to write them like the day of. So I don't really have much time to like edit or draft them. So usually I just write them all in one go and then I go back and I read through it quickly like maybe twice to make sure it's like understandable and not full of typos and then I publish it to my website. So not very much. When I
So,
then decided to put it into here, I did like go through them a bit more and I was a bit I cleaned them up way more, just like sentence structure like in some of them, like just making sure it just read a bit more polished. So I
so you
guess not
didn't do
much
any major
actually.
changes or anything?
No.
No.
Like I didn't
But
change the ending or anything.
but they were, the stories in the first place, you kind of wrote them within certain parameters so that they would turn out pretty good.
Yeah.
Like you weren't trying to do like 5,000 word stories in one day. A lot of
No, I
those
think
were
I
like
was
a
aiming for
thousand-ish.
usually 2K, 1K, 2K, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
And I think that's why you'll see in a lot of these stories, like the first one, the kaiju one, it has a lot of scene breaks. Like it's like a story made of a lot of different scenes.
Yeah, yeah. Um, which I think is a great technique actually for those lengths of stories, just because you can cover so much time with those short kind of like vignettes. Um, Ivy wants to know, do you have a favorite story from this collection, or do you love them all equally?
I don't believe in loving everything equally.
Follow up, what's your least favorite story from the collection?
So I think my favorite is the kaiju story or the moon story at the end.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
my least favorite of the this one, I think maybe the family home. Like it's a good story, but it's just a very standard horror story. So probably that one.
Oh, I wanted to call out one of my other favorite stories that's kind of near like the middle of the collection.
Okay, which one's that?
Hasp, the horror AI
Oh
story prompts
yeah.
evolved one, which I thought was really good. Kind of told as a series of AI prompts. And also I just want you guys to know that like it's not just the beginning and end of the collection that are good. There's good stories in the middle too.
Yeah.
Just so you guys aren't just like, wow, everything in the middle must suck.
Yeah,
There,
the
there's
hasp
good shit.
is about a AI story prompt creator
Hmm.
that kind of goes Skynet.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that one. I thought that was really fun.
Yeah.
Ryan wants to know, Clem, what's the best coffee in the whole wide world?
Obviously it's Dunkin's. There's
Is
like a
it?
Dunkin's desert here, yeah. So I visited Ryan for last year's Stoker and I went to see her first. Oh yeah, Dunks, sorry. I'm still learning the vocabulary. Um and literally there was a Dunkies every block and
Oh wow.
there'd be like across from each other too. Whereas like here I have to drive like 20 minutes to the nearest Dunks and that's it.
I never had Dunkin' Donuts over on the West Coast, but they have it here in St. Paul, Twin Cities, and I recently have it, and I gotta say I like totally went and did the basic thing and got their like giant Sabrina Carpenter latte or whatever.
Yeah.
It was so fucking good. I
See?
it,
See,
it
you're a
was
Dunkies boy too.
so fucking good.
I always get the iced coffee. That's all I really ever drink, and it's amazing. But their double chocolate donuts, on point.
And Brian F wants to know which is the funniest story in
Oh
the book.
God. I think the funniest story. I feel like picking this is kind of showing how fucked up I am, but I did like Affirmations, which is about a woman with an abusive husband who starts getting these Halloween gifts,
Oh yeah,
and
that was a good one.
they're all like uh like they have affirmations on them, but they're like kind of leading her down a dark path.
Hmm.
So I did find that really kind of funny to write in kind of a fucked up way. Do you have which do you think was funniest, Carson? Did any of them make you lol, as the
Um,
kids say?
let me see here. The Bible and Dad thing did draw a chuckle out of me. You know what? I should have gone through and like highlighted every time I thought a joke didn't work and then sent it to you because that would have been
Yeah,
really
thank
fun.
you.
But
That's great.
I
Yeah.
don't remember any actually. I thought they were all good. I agree.
Good.
Affirmations I really enjoyed. I want to say I might have gotten a chuckle at least out of the title Granny May the Witch Bitch.
Yeah.
Uh,
That one I put in there because when I published it to my blog, it was the most popular of that year. And they were like, they wanted a sequel. And I was like, how do I, character's dead. Like, not spoilers because Granny May is dead at the beginning of the story.
damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess nobody buy the book then.
Yeah. Or maybe do anyways.
Yeah, that's true. Now, P.L. McMillan,
Yeah, that's me.
co-host of the Dead Languages podcast,
That's
author
me.
of Whims of the Night Winds.
Oh, this little guy?
What's next for you? Do you have any kind of big plans? Anything coming on the horizon?
Well, I actually have written enough sci-fi space horror stories that I have enough for another collection.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do two collections this year? Are you gonna go nuts?
I'm kind of tempted.
Yeah.
Kind of tempted. I might try to get it published by another press though to kind of diversify. Or I might
Yeah,
change my
yeah.
mind and just go through Salt Heart so everyone knows it's pretty much a vanity press at this point.
Yeah, it's all we talk about in our group chats, actually.
Really? How it's a vanity press? Nice.
Yeah. It's the Vanity Press that I'm published by.
Yeah.
It gives me the
Uh,
best royalty split of anyone.
yeah, you're welcome. Um,
Um,
and then
you
I'm
got
going
a
to be
novel
trying,
too, right?
yeah, I'm going to be trying for an agent.
Hmm.
Emma E. Murray said it made her cry because it was so bad. So,
The book
hopefully,
or the agent search?
the book, she was like, you should stop writing. She did not actually say. She said she loved it, so that gives
Okay.
me the courage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I think it's a agentable book for sure.
Yeah, you've also said that, which was a weird, nice thing for you to say.
Well, I gotta pepper them in every once in a while.
Yeah, I like it's to the point where I don't really trust her compliments.
Emma encouraging Murray.
Yeah.
That's good, Patrick. That's
Emma
good.
Multi Cummy Winnie Murray.
Yeah, she's won a lot of cummies.
Yeah.
Again, the show is meaningless If people haven't seen Dead Languages, they're probably just
Yeah.
wondering, like, what's with all the porn and the cummies
Yeah,
and
if
the
you don't
sex
listen to
change?
the Dead Languages podcast, the Cummies is the literary award we made up one year as a joke, and then people demanded we make it true. So I had make trophies every year to send out to people who win it in the shape of genitals covered in cum.
Yeah. And no, they're not erotica related at all.
No,
Nope.
no.
We actually don't even
Um,
accept erotica nominations.
so I plan to, start on another long form um fiction piece. I was thinking my Victorian ghost hunting vampire project. Were they all genitals or just dicks? So last year it was dicks. This or 2 years ago it was dicks. This past year it was vaginas. And I guess for the 2026 I might do butts,
Yeah,
you
well,
know?
you were talking about inventing a genital too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, after butts, I think I'll just start doing like a combined, like the
Everything.
thing. Yeah, everything, like the thing monster where it's all melded together with like teeth.
Yeah, we're very progressive on the Dead
Yeah.
Languages podcast.
Yeah, but yeah, so probably next, I have one more short story that I want to write. It was that Event Horizon one we talked about on I forget which prompt it was related to. Oh, conspiracy theories.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so I was gonna write that one and then start on my vampire one.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful.
What are you working on? Carson Winter, also co-host of the Dead Languages podcast and the host of this launch event for me.
For one, Plem, this is your event, so you just have to like hype up your work. I don't want
Damn
to
it.
take the spotlight at all here. It's all about you. This is yours. Um, people will be able to find out what I'm working about.
If they
By
listen to the podcast.
yeah. Now, Plem, where can people find you online?
Um, so I linked my link tree. I'll do it again. That literally has everything. But I'm at author PLM on
Okay.
Insta, Blue Sky, Facebook is just PL McMillan. My website is plmcmillan.com. My YouTube channel, which this will be on if your friends have missed it and you want to share, is Plim Talks. So yeah,
Hell yeah. And Elle's got a great prompt for you, which is Carson as a baby.
that's terrifying. I don't think I'm gonna write that. Babies are just like essentially really creepy to begin with, and a Carson baby, like, yeah.
I kind of want to go to Patrick's house and suck on a pacifier and shit my pants and see if he will comfort me,
P-Barb
hold
is a
me in his
dad.
arms.
I think
Yeah.
if you cry at a
I say
certain
no.
I think if you cry at a certain hertz, his dad brain will kick in and he might suckle you. I think that's how parents work, right?
Yeah, yeah. I was hoping we'd be able to snuggle on the couch and we could watch like I don't know the cop dogs or whatever that show is.
Paw Patrol.
Yeah, the cop dogs. ACAB motherfuckers.
Assigned puppy at birth.
Um, but I think this
That's
is it,
it.
right? We're did. Thank you
Yeah.
everyone for coming to this. Thanks for giving Plem a good little victory lap for a new book and asking good questions, getting weird in the chat. And I hope y'all pick up a copy of this. It's a good collection with a lot of diverse, interesting stories in it.
Hell yeah, brother. Thanks. Thanks for hosting.
No problem. Happy to help.
Okay. Winners, I'll reach out to you like maybe tomorrow. Ding, ding. That's it.
Bye, everyone.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Love you. Bye. Love you. Love you. Bye. Bye. Love you.
Anyone
No,
who has to
Downton. Go
Anyone
home.
who has to stay has to drop their favorite Bonnie Blue video.
I was about to say she's more than one, but that would have been such a stupid thing to say.
Yeah, oh, more than one for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Love you. Bye.